All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. The link for the memberships right there in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You'll get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti, General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 Steps to the Redemption, a definitive black manhood designed by the General, strictly for the brothers. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video. You'll get a video rundown on the curriculum, get a preview, and also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable live stream where the brothers, it's a video, a live stream where the brothers sit down once a week discussing very important, very vital, very powerful information. You know that's true, pertinent to our growth and development. All you had to do is get over there and get a preview of the power in the curriculum alone. You're going to say, oh, the General going where we need to go. You're going to feel very comfortable that the information and the topics that we dealing is the ones that is of the most necessity for us to get ourselves together, family. So get on over there and check it out. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessory for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check it out. Get over there, check it out. What am I talking about? I'm over here. I'm Seti. We talking about Seti University. I done went to the whole another generalseti.com, 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the General, Old Mecca, Voyages of the Nile, Egypt, when Egypt ruled the earth, Nubia, Naga Kushite, Black Woman is God, Making of the White Man, Hip Hop, Holocaust, Black Illuminati, and all the subjects that you know and love from the General. There's not another website nowhere on the planet that could compare or compete. Become a member today, and everybody knows Seti popping on Patreon. We got some fire coming up right now in the next day or so, but tonight we got some fire already in the menu. The 72 chambers of the pineal gland. Nobody talking about that. We gonna be talking about it. All the portals that are in the pineal gland that has been discussed through esoterical organizations, secret societies that talk about this. We're going to break it down for the family. Make sure you're over there to get that. Also, we got African Avatar, Stolen Divinity is on deck. We're going to give you a tad bit of the preview tonight. Also, we got the Emerald Tablets, DNA codes of the Dragon Bloodline. Man, we stacking it up. We ain't playing no games out here. You can believe that. You feel me? We rising to the top with this information. To all those that donated to the General, thank you, appreciate you. Those would like to donate, the link is right there at the top of the chat. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell, get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share it with your family and friends, and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Here we go, family. We're talking about Morpheus, Morpheus, Lord of the Third Eye, Dragon, God of Dreams. See, we got to break down this information because a lot of people not explaining that Morpheus is a dragon. Okay, his attributes are that of a dragon. And when we break down the etymology of his name, you'll also see that, it speaks to him being a dragon. Okay, now, when we got the matter of fact, let me get this in here so we can go to work. And when you watch the movie, it's subliminals in there that speak to it. I done talked about Morpheus a long time. You feel what I'm saying? Let me get that up. Okay, here it is right here. Let me make sure. Okay, make sure they get. Okay, bingo. Let me get that up in here. And when we talk about the dragon, you know, we are talking about the sacred mascot of African people, the serpent. You see the winged serpent, the plume serpent. You see the fire serpent. That's what we're talking about. The solar serpent, the cosmic serpent. That is a sacred and divine mascot of African people, and is also a divine and sacred mascot of solar divinity, solar worship. Okay? And we talking about the cobra. You see, we talking about the Egyptian cobra. Let me get my where's my notes? Where my notes on Morpheus? Hold on. Here you go. Here you go, right here. Nah, as I bring up, because I ain't never heard nobody come like the general on this, no way. But even when you look at his jacket, you see that it's serpentine. You got the reptile jacket. You see, so that right there. But see, you got somebody got to give you the prerequisite. If they don't give you the prerequisite, you're not gonna know to go there. You're not gonna know, that what that means. Even when you look at the green tie, you see, he coming dragging. You see the purple. That's also dragon. You know what I'm saying? Purple is also a color of the dragon. It means royal. In Rome it meant born royal. You know, that's a royal. And in Phoenicia. Okay, we'll get to that. You know, Phoenicia, and even in because they took it from the Romans took it from the Phoenicians. You see, but it speaks of royalty, and it speaks to the dragon, and we'll get into the Phoenician because the root of Phoenicia is in Typhon, okay, which is in Typhon, and Typhon was he was the king of the Titans. You see, he wasn't the king, but he was most definitely the most powerful of the Titans. And Gaia, who was the mother of all creation, I believe she was before the Titans. You see, the Titans were her children, I believe. Yeah, well, her children, but Typhon, who was Serpentine, who was always depicted Serpentine, so he was a dragon. Okay, and the root of that is also, Typhon, Typhon, is also rooted in Phoenicia. Okay, we'll get into the etymology of that. Okay, so now when we talking about serpentine word etymology. There's many words that once you understand the etymology, and when you master this serpentine dragon root, root words, anytime you see it, you will understand that they speaking to the divine serpent, that they speaking to the divine divinity of the dragon. The dragon in Africa is a solar zoo type. The fire that is spit from the dragon is solar fire. Okay, it's solar fire. He's a icon. He's a mascot of the SUN. So when you see the dragon, you talking about solar worship. Understand that when you talk about the winged serpent, the Badeti in ancient Egypt, you looking over the door, the temples of ancient, you see the winged serpents connected to the sun that later became the conduces, later became the brazen serpent, later became the staff of Asclepius, became the staff of Hermes, Hermes. So when everybody talking about hermeticism, hermeticism, is solar. They leave that out of there because they know that you the chosen one. They do not possess all of the mandatory essentials necessary to access this cosmic solar energy. Only you, the primordial, those that have been activated. Every nigga with melanin ain't activated. So when you talk about Afi, you talk about Afi, and it can be, it can be what is the word I'm looking for? Anagram. Now, anagram mean it could be flipped. You see what I'm saying? So OPHIIPHO, and then the O can become an A. You see, the O can become an A. It's variations in that, but it speaks to serpentine. You want to know how? Let's look at that. We got the definitions, family. We got the Afi. You see, okay, Afi. Well, let's get down to some of these Ophiophagus. Ophiophagus. Okay, let me get that down. Ophiophagus. Genus of elapid snakes that includes the king cobra. So you see that word Ophi, the root of it, Ophi, O-P-H-I. When you take the O out and put an A, you get A, which is the root of seraphim. Okay, you see the serpent and you see the serpent in seraphim. Okay, so you see that Ophi in which the cobra is of that genus. Okay, of that genus. Okay, and so you get colubrid, and we talked about the colubrid. Okay, and we'll get into that. Even the colonnade. When you talk about the colonnades in the temples of Egypt and later went into Greece, where the colonnade is serpentine. The column is named after the serpentine origin, colubra, columns. Okay, they serpentine in design. Okay, we don't need that one, but we got, where's the other ones with the Afi? But the OR too, you see. So when we look at, I got it here. Let me get it here. Oh, here we go. So when you get one of the root, well, Afi, okay, but also in that, let me get back here, right here, Afi. Then you get Afi, O-P-H-E. You can get O-P-H-Y, where you get philosophy. You see, you get philosophy. Why? Because the dragon is called what? The bookworm. You see, and because he was connected to knowledge, he was connected to sacred wisdom and knowledge. Philosophy, theosophy is also rooted in the dragon serpentine origin. And so even when we talk about Gorgon, Medusa, serpentine, okay, you know what? I know this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to teach it to you. So to let you know, you've been talking about, and they don't let you know. They tell you that the serpent was evil. But a lot of these words that you speak, and especially in dealing with the origin of things and science and math, they're not telling you, is rooted in the dragon serpent root word etymology. Okay, O-R, Orpheus. Let me get off into this. So when you see O-R, you see in Gorgon. Okay. And that's what am I doing? Because we're dealing with Morpheus. Orpheus, okay, now you got Morpheus and then you got Orpheus. Orpheus is the god of music, okay? But even when you get off into the secret societies, the mystery systems of Greece. You got the worshippers of Orpheus. They're called the Orphites. You see, they're called the Orphites, and so you spell it. Let me get it. Where is it at? I didn't have it in there, but it's spelled OOR, I believe FITES. Orphites. You see? Okay, so the OR in Morpheus, because why? Morpheus, could transform. He could metamorphosize in the dream. Okay, we're going to talk about that. He had there's other deities that also were connected to dreams, but they didn't have the power of Morpheus. Morpheus could metamorphosize in the only one that could become a human in your dreams, and that he could literally speak to you and bring prophecies to you in your dream. He was the only one that could do that. And many of the gods use Morpheus to take messages to individuals, you see, and they would know that it wasn't just a dream because it was so lucid. You see what I'm saying? So Morpheus is the dragon, to be able to morph, to metamorphosize, okay, even teleport. The OR in that is, these are attributes of the dragon. You feel me? These are, and so oracle. Now that's crazy, because how is that? Because in the Matrix, you had Morpheus, you had the oracle. Now, when you go into the Greek mythology, they would, Herodotus said that all the oracles of Greece came from Egypt and they came from Libya. Okay, so you have what? The oracle of Delphi, and the oracle of Delphi was called Pythia. Okay, Pythia, as you can see at the bottom, let me get that out of there. Pythia, to let you know it's connected to the serpent. Okay, another one, if you follow the Lord of the Rings, and what was the serpents, orcs, ORCS, orcs. So you see right there, Rude, that we're talking about the serpent. Now they made it look evil and shit, but where was they at? Mordor. Let's put that in there so you know what is rude. It means black. So how was Morpheus able to? He was able to he's melanin. He's melanin, man. I'm gonna play the video, man. They show where he lived at. He lived in a dream. Do you realize his family lived in a dream? But not a dream like, he could take motherfuckers into another realm. And then so the only people that could come to his house or his castle is other gods. But his family actually lived in his fucking dream. You see what I'm saying? That's how powerful Morpheus is. But he's melanin. You see, this is an activated melanin. And so it's without any doubt that when you go across all these, these so-called esoterical, organizations, but they trying to shroud the truth of what all these organizations is about. They understand that the greatest accomplishment anyone can accomplish in this universe is to become God-like, to become one with the cosmos. You see what I'm saying? So they admire all the great ones. Melchizedek. You see, Melchizedek is without mother, without father. You see, without mother, without also vortex. Because what is a vortex? Is a tornado. You see, it's small at the bottom, but it's wide at the top, like a funnel. That's how they draw Nagas. That's how they draw. It's Serpentine. That's how they draw the gens. You see what I'm saying? Vortex. That's the circular movement of the universe. And so that all of these are rooted origin. You see, gen, origin, Orion. This is Serpentine, gen, origin, original. Even when you say you original, you speaking to the dragon bloodline. Okay, orchestra, ORCH. Let me see, is it in there? Make sure it's in there so I can see it. Let me see. Orchestra. You see that down there? Because Orpheus was also the god of music. And so orchestra is named after Orpheus. And when you look at and when you go into the mysteries of Orpheus, the Orphic egg, you see the serpent wrapped around the egg. You see, this is melanin. Morpheus, the dream, the lucid dreams. Melanin is what allows one to move from one plane to the next. You see, move when you sleeping and you sleeping good. When you go into bed, like when you supposed to. I'm gonna play this Morpheus. I ain't gonna get up off of this because I got some. Matter of fact, let me get one of these videos in. When you sleeping good and you getting proper sleep, and then that melanin becomes thick, and is rich, and you eating right, you thinking right, you're living right. You know what I'm saying? You can tap in. I don't have them a lot though, but I didn't have lucid dreams where the shit was like, nigga, it was like the shit was HD. You understand what I'm saying? Have y'all ever had some dreams like that? Orchestrate, yes, indeed. That's right. You see what I'm saying? You designing something. When it's dealing with knowledge, music, when you understand the root of these words, then you'll understand. Not every word is that way, but you will know which ones are connected because they will be attributes of the dragon, attributes of the serpent. When you having them lucid, the shit be like, man, the shit be like in H fucking D, the goddamn shit be crystal clear. You ain't gonna, and I probably didn't had it. Maybe I can count it probably on the, maybe one time on one hand. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie and tell you, but I want to get back there. You feel what I'm saying? But I have had those dreams, where it was that vivid. Now let's talk. Let's watch this. Okay, which one is that? I'm gonna put on. They're gonna break that shit down. Which one is that? Okay, I'm gonna play this one first. I think this one right here. Let me play this one first.
Hypnos, the god of sleep. From within the halls of the dream realm, he moved silently, shaping visions and shadows, speaking not with words but with images drawn from memory, desire, and fear. His wings were silent as night, his touch light as breath, and his power deep as sleep itself. Among the Oneroi, the spirits of dreams, Morpheus held the highest place, while his brothers brought dreams filled with beasts, symbols, or illusions. Morpheus alone could take the form of a human in a dream. He entered the minds of mortals as friend,
let me pause that
stranger,
right there.
Lover, or kin, delivering messages, warnings, or comfort.
It ain't even letting
His craft was flawless. No detail escaped his grasp. Every gesture, every voice, every thread of clothing seemed real. Through him, the gods could speak to mortals without revealing their presence. He dwelled in a shadowed land, beyond the gates of the sun, a realm where light could not reach. There, in a cave surrounded by poppies and soft murmurs.
See that right there? Wait a minute. I got it.
Through the mists
my
of
computer
sleep,
acting crazy
untouched
right
by
now.
the waking world.
It's like
Time held no weight in his domain. A single moment might stretch into a lifetime within a dream, or pass like smoke. When Iris or Hermes brought commands from the gods, Morpheus obeyed. He once appeared to King Ceyx in the form of the drowned man himself, delivering the sorrowful truth of a death at sea. The vision was so vivid, so real, that Ceyx's wife, Alcyone, awoke in grief and despair, knowing the message came not from memory, but from the divine. Morpheus brought no sleep of his own. That was the realm of his father. But when sleep had taken hold, it was Morpheus who stepped into the mind and gave it shape. In silence and darkness, he ruled not through force or fire, but through vision, illusion, and the secret truth of dreams.
Okay. Now, I couldn't stop it because I don't know why my computer was freezing, but you know, it spoke that he was and it showed this you know, where his house was and shit. It was in the middle of in the middle of the brain. You know what I'm saying? And it looked like a little black cave and shit. Let me see if I can get in there. Look like a little black cave. I think it's right before here too. Let me see.
There, in a cave surrounded by poppies and soft murmurs, he and his kin.
Look, just, you know what I'm saying? Got that little black cave and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the pineal gland, man.
No weight in his
that's what the fuck they talking about, man. That's the goddamn pineal gland.
Or pass like smoke. When
so you
Iris
know when you understand this shit, you know
gods,
these. Let me get this
Morpheus obeyed. He once appeared to King Ceyx in the form of the drowned man himself, delivering the sorrowful truth of a death at sea. The vision was so vivid, so real, that...
Okay, yeah. Whatever, I got to go and probably turn my computer off and get it back, turn it back on. But yeah, I'm gonna deal with this on a deeper level, but that's what he is. He's melanin. Just ain't no way you dreaming without melanin. You see that, you know, they ain't having no vivid dream. That's the compound of divinity of the mind. You see, it ain't nothing moving without that. You can't see. You see, you can't hear. You can't talk. You can't do nothing without melanin. So you know that because at night is when it. You know, I believe as soon as the sun set, then you know you go in. You know, into production where that pineal and that pituitary gland switch into operation. You see what I'm saying? So that's what they talking about when they talking about Morpheus. It's rooted in black. That's all we need to know. It's rooted in black. And they never fail they never fail in any one of these. That even when I was dealing with Akasha and Kush, that's what it is. Kush, Akusha, Akash. And when you go into the Hindu shit, Akasha is black ether, chaos, black. That's what it is. Okay, so ain't no running. They trying to hide from them facts because they know we done woke up now and that we got the answer to this, and they know we know how to get to the other side now. We ain't worried about no goddamn religion because that ain't shit but a prison. You feel what I'm saying? That ain't nothing but a goddamn prison. We just getting started. I want y'all to stay with me. I'm going to touch back on Morpheus. I'm going to touch back on, because I got some more video. But we moving on some more of the sacred science. So click a link or two over there in the chat. Support the general. I'll be right back. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Power.